Good morning. It's time for our end of the summer video. Staring here at Scott's little, I don't know, I hate to call it Southern engineered iPod stand, but kind of it is, but I think it's working pretty well. I might have to see a little picture of that. My temptation right now is to sort of philosophize on how quickly the summer has gone by. We were talking about how quickly August has gone by, but the whole summer seems like it's just been a blur. So I know a lot of you have been working really hard and had a lot of big projects to accomplish during the summer, and that whole idea of summer being sort of our light time and we all take time off and everything like that has become a myth, I'm pretty sure. So, and the very end of August is going to be just as fast and furious as the way the rest of the summer has been. So next week on Tuesday, we have our in-service to welcome back all the faculty that have been gone for summer or part of the summer, and just to kind of gear up for the new semester and everything. So that will be at 8:30 in Town Hall. We will also recognize new employees at that time, and we have quite a number of them. So that will be a good time for all, a good mandatory good time for all, I might add too. And then on this Saturday, the 13th, and then next Saturday, the 20th, we're having, what do we call it? Super something Saturday?
Super Saturday.
Super Saturday. I wanted to call it Super Registration Saturday, but then I thought, nah, that sounds terrible. So it's Super Saturday, but it is about registration. So all the student services areas and the business office and Barnes & Noble will be open, so that we'll be having basically full service on-campus registration on those two Saturdays. So everybody who's going to be involved in that, thank you in advance for agreeing to give up your Saturday and work and everything. But I think that it seems to be really crowded over there right now, so I think this will be a good thing for our students. Student orientation will also be next week. This is for new students specifically, and that will be at 11 o'clock in Town Hall also. And not exactly sure what the giveaway is this year, but I've heard it's something a little bit different, and it'll be kind of cool. So it's always fun to watch our new students come back and help them get started in a really positive way so that they'll have a good semester. The United Way Kickoff is going to be August 19th. The United Way is doing something a little bit different this year. They have asked to hold their annual campaign kickoff at Clovis Community College. So they're going to start at 11 o'clock in Town Hall with a video that describes, the United Way mission and what they do, where the money goes, how the United Way works, and all of those good things. And then they're going to have a free lunch afterwards in the Commons. So anybody who's interested, I encourage you to go down to Town Hall, watch the video, see what the whole thing is about, and by all means, don't pass up the free lunch. And then we'll be following up with some correspondence from Natalie and myself about what we're going to do with our campaign. And it will be a team effort again. I think that's been really successful for us in the past few years. I think it's been a whole lot more fun for people doing United Way than having one person sort of stuck with coming up with events and all that kind of thing. So if you're interested in participating on the United Way committee, and maybe just, in an event or two, contact Natalie Daggett in institutional advancement, and we will, we're coming up with a little list, and we'll be meeting quickly to figure out what our strategy is going to be. Then on that Saturday after that, our staff will be having a booth at the High Plains Women's Conference at the Civic Center. This is something where we've participated with our HPE faculty in the past, and that's still going to kind of be our focus, but it's a good way to get our message out to a different group of people, and then also to give people some information about some of the health and wellness activities that we have around here. August 22nd, school starts. So it's coming quickly. I keep thinking that we still have 3 or 4 weeks before school starts, but I know students have been, painfully aware that it's going to start really quickly. It's starting in another week, basically, so a week and a half or whatever. So, everything changes. Our whole life cycle still functions on semesters, even though they told you when you were a kid that your life would not work in semesters. If you work here, your life works in semesters. So school starts on the 22nd, and also on the evening of the 22nd, Barnes & Noble is hosting their VIP night. They're doing something really different this year that I think is going to be really cool. So encourage everybody to come out that evening and see what, they have different kinds of giveaways and everything. But it's also just, kind of a fun little activity to kind of meet the new staff from Barnes & Noble and get to know Sarah and see what they've got to offer. The PTK group will be having their annual C4 commitment ceremony on August 24th, the following week, or that Thursday at 11 o'clock in the Commons. This is where students and faculty and staff sign a banner to pledge to complete college, and for the rest of us who have completed college, to assist our students in doing anything that we can to help students complete college and to express our commitment to that mission of completion and how important it is just for everything that we do. It's really the heart of what we do. So that, I think, kind of wraps up the event things. A couple of other things that I want to mention, just that are coming up and that are really quite important. In November, we will be having a general election, which I think everybody knows about. So obviously, I wouldn't go anywhere near any of that information with a 100-foot pole. But we will also, there's also a bond election in that same election. And Clovis Community College has $2 million on the GO bond, which is its bond C. They change them around all the time. There's also a library bond, which I think is bond D or B. But bond C is for capital out projects in higher education. And for many colleges, including us, this is virtually the only way that we have of getting additional funding for renovation projects on our campus. So we have $2 million on there that will go towards advancing the HVAC projects that we have listed in our master plan for trying to bring the college up to a better grade of HVAC equipment. So I think this is a really important thing because nothing makes people crankier than being too hot out here or being too cold in the wintertime. So it is a really important thing. ENMU has $11 million on the project, so this is a really critical thing for them. We're going to start kind of hitting civic groups and going to civic groups and talking to them about the importance of this election for us and getting people to vote and to vote for the bond this year. We're concerned about it passing this year. People talk about voter fatigue right now and that people are sick of the election. I certainly think that's probably true. Also, in some places there are a lot of issues on the ballot, and so sometimes just getting through the whole ballot is sort of an issue for some people. So I want everybody who works at Clovis Community College to feel like an ambassador for this project and to be informed about it and talk to people in your family, talk to people that are your neighbors, your colleagues, whatever, because this is a really, really critical thing for us. Just to clarify a little bit though, some of you have probably heard that the state of New Mexico is in not really very great shape financially. I heard one of our legislators speak to it as structural bankruptcy. I'm not an economist, so I don't really know if that's an accurate term or not. But we do have quite a large deficit because of the drop in prices in oil and gas. So it's great when you go fill up your car. It's bad when you're a state agency or any kind of an institution that relies on state government funding. So we probably will be getting a cut. I don't know anything more about how much that will be or anything like that, but I do want to say that at the present time we are well prepared for a cut. I don't anticipate anybody's budget taking a cut at this point. Really, a lot of the impact of this situation on us will have to do with how long this situation continues. So I'm not really too concerned about this year, but we probably will be looking at some ideas for saving money. And so if anybody has any ideas or you think there are obvious things or questions that you have about why we do things that, you wonder why we do them or we don't do them a certain way, please come and see me. I mean, I'd be happy to hear any of your ideas. A lot of times the best ideas for things like this come from places that I might not think to look. So please, I would be happy to sit down and talk to you or to explain to you kind of a little bit better how the funding works. So the money for the GO bond can only be used for that HVAC project. We can't use that to supplement our general fund or do anything else with other than the HVAC project. If something happens and the election doesn't go through or the bond issue doesn't pass, that's not going to have a decrease on our overall funding. It means we won't be able to move forward in the way that we planned with the HVAC project. So the money is very segregated and can only be used for separate things, for very specific things. I'll be giving you more information about all this as I hear it, and as there are more specific plans, either for a special legislative session to determine what's going to be done, and I'll give you that information as soon as I know. But right now, what I hear a lot of rumors and little stories about it might be this and it might be that. So if you're curious about that too, please come and talk to me, and I'd be happy to share with you whatever I might have heard. In the meantime, it looks to me like we've all got a lot of work coming up, and that the time between now and the end of August, we are closed on September 5th for Labor Day, so we could be like, typical school kids and, work for that next holiday or whatever. But there's a lot going on, a whole lot going on between now and when school starts. And then once school starts, everybody's kind of slammed. Again, I appreciate all the work everyone has done over the course of the summer. There have been a lot of projects moving along, a lot of long, hard days. And I really appreciate what everyone does to help our students succeed. I know that people are working hard with registration right now, and we have a lot of people wandering our building who don't know where they're going and things. So again, help them out, send them in the right direction, and encourage them and make them, want to be here and feel like this is the really great institution that it is. And it's because of all of you guys. So happy end of August, and I look forward to a great semester.